Ladies and gentlemen, everybody pay attention. The GOAT has dropped. We got Lucas Tracy. Umar Nurmagomedov has a good chance to school Merab Dvalishvili at UFC 311. I don't know about that. How you doing? How's your mama? How's your family? I'm doing great. Like, comment, subscribe. Help out that algorithm before we get into that video. Share this to somebody I know they'll enjoy it like you have. Before I get into this video, though, I want to say, me and Lucas Tracy, we're usually like this as far as ideas. We're usually on the same wavelength, usually thinking the same thing. Don't look at me like that. But right now, I'm leaning Umar Nurmagomedov to win this fight against. I'm leaning Merab Dvalishvili to win this fight against Umar Nurmagomedov. So it looks like I'm going to be playing devil's advocate in this fight and disagreeing with Lucas. But I will hear him out. I'm open-minded, unlike a lot of these fans and people who just want to talk crazy to you in your comments. But anyway, I'm going to let Lucas take us away. I'm going to react like only I can do. Don't look at me like that, Lucas.
What I'm about to say, you guys may not agree with it at first, but I guarantee you, if you watch back Merab and Sean O'Malley like I did the other day, it would make a whole lot of sense.
I have rewatched that fight.
Merab Dvalishvili struggled with Sean O'Malley and did not dominate Sean O'Malley whatsoever. Merab is a great fighter.
I don't think he dominated him. I think he clearly won the fight 4-1. But you can win 4-1. That doesn't mean you dominated him. But I don't think he struggled. No.
Sometimes he's on this alien mode of cardio, and I think that he can beat anyone on this planet. And sometimes he seems like a very beatable fighter. And I'm very concerned for his ability to have a single round against Umar Nurmagomedov. That's right.
That's a little ridiculous,
I'm picking Umar
Lucas.
by 50-45. I am picking Umar Nurmagomedov to 50-45 Merab Dvalishvili at UFC 311 to take every single round from him. And yes, a big part of that has to do with Merab's last performance, and it also has to do...
Umar's last performance was not that impressive as well. Yeah, he outstruck Corey Sandhagen. Corey didn't really let his hands go, but he was losing grappling exchanges and scrambles. And Corey Sandhagen is no Merab Dvalishvili on the ground.
With Umar's schooling of Corey Sandhagen. I watched both Merab Dvalishvili versus Sean O'Malley and Umar Nurmagomedov versus Corey Sandhagen the other day, and I came to a couple conclusions. And the first conclusion when it comes to Umar is that I believe Umar Nurmagomedov is right now the most underrated striker in the bantamweight division, maybe the most underrated
he is underrated
in the UFC. And what I mean by underrated is nobody really talks about Umar Nurmagomedov striking as being, I don't know, like number 2, number 3 in the bantamweight division. No one really talks about this guy as being the second fastest guy behind only Sean O'Malley in the bantamweight division. And that's exactly what I saw when he was piecing up Corey Sandhagen. Now, early on in that fight, Umar looked a little bit green on the feet. It looked like Corey Sandhagen was going to give him the business. And then second, third, fourth, fifth, Umar Nurmagomedov's out here landing 5, 6-piece combos on Corey Sandhagen.
Corey, who was not... And it's not Umar's fault, but Corey was not on his game. His strike, he was not letting his hands go. He was, beakers and test tubes. Super nerd out behind the wrestling. He didn't even let his hands go.
Making him look like a slowpoke.
Merab's not going to respect it as much.
And these are basic combinations, but this man's speed is on another level.
He is.
Do I think he's
fast
better
as
than
fuck.
O'Malley on the feet? Do I think he's better than Jan? Maybe not, but he's pretty freaking close. And if you compare the guys that have struggled to Merab Dvalishvili to Umar Nurmagomedov on the feet, like, for example, Petr Yan. Petr Yan is a guy that has most of his success come in close quarters, quarter range. When a fighter is within range to land a double leg or a single leg, that's where Petr Yan does his best work on the feet with his striking. Whereas Umar Nurmagomedov has a much better, long, rangy striking game.
I agree. Umar is comfortable on the back foot, but I don't think it's possible to beat Merab on the back foot. I get exactly what he's saying. Umar can piece you up from range and not even let you get close to his legs. But to do that, you also have to be at range. And you're most likely on the back foot while Umar's coming forward. And you're just not going to be able to get any offense off when Merab is coming forward. Now, Merab does not shoot off the back foot. If Umar's coming forward and piecing him up at range and making Merab back up, well, You could throw this out the window. Merab's not winning. But Merab, if that's the plan, that means Merab's going to be most likely in the center. Umar's bouncing around the edge, and Merab's kind of marching him down, cutting off the octagon. I just don't think that's a great way for Umar to win.
Kick you from the outside, and what
or anybody to win against Merab Dvalishvili.
Issues in his last fight. It was Sean O'Malley picking him apart on the outside. And again, I'm going to just say this. That fight was extremely close.
It wasn't.
I think Merab Dvalishvili won. I think he beat Sean O'Malley.
He won 4-1.
It was one of those fights where O'Malley landed all the shots. None of them were very hard, but Merab Dvalishvili just was the guy that seemed to be in control. It seemed to be going his way. But this idea that Merab dominated Sean O'Malley is complete and utter nonsense.
But what's also nonsense, Lucas, is the fact that you're making it seem like it was super close, razor close, Sean Strickland versus DDP, and it just wasn't that at all. It's like Volk versus Islam was close. Volk versus Islam 1 was close, but Islam clearly won.
He did not dominate Sean O'Malley. Watch the first round. I watched the first round yesterday, and as I'm watching the first round, I'm 3 minutes in to O'Malley versus Merab Dvalishvili. 3 minutes in. Merab still has yet to have a single good moment, and O'Malley's already landed 10-plus strikes. Now, all of these strikes were pop shots. They weren't any big behemoth O'Malley right hands or anything like that, but it was at the 1 minute and 45-second mark on the clock, 1 minute and 45 to go, where Merab got his first takedown. And I remember on the night of, you just gave Merab that round. But when you actually watch it back, that round is extremely close. It literally could have gone to O'Malley. You know what I mean?
Your striking has to matter, though. It has to matter. It's got to be significant, man.
Fifth round, Merab really had hardly any success. O'Malley hurt him to the body.
Yeah, O'Malley won the fifth.
2 rounds to O'Malley. I think it was maybe the fourth. This is the biggest thing. Because people just throw around the word dominated. It's like anytime someone gets a single takedown,
dominate him.
They dominated the fight. Complete nonsense. I just think it was because we're so used to seeing O'Malley
do damage. And O'Malley did no damage. To a fifth.
And these incredible combinations and style on people and rock people. Every single Sean O'Malley fight, there's a big moment where he rocks someone. We didn't see any of that. And we're used to O'Malley making people look silly on the feet. He didn't really make Merab look silly.
He didn't.
He clearly outstruck him. Again, I think Merab won the fight. Second round, third round, maybe the fourth. But man, it was close. It was very close. And I think people need to rewatch that fight. And why is this so important? Because I think that Umar Nurmagomedov has the ability to have the same kind of success against a Merab Dvalishvili. But I also think that Umar Nurmagomedov in no way will ever just be pushed up against the fence. I understand Merab is this cardio monster, this EPO monster. And there is a chance that Merab goes out there. And I honestly hope this happens because I love to see Merab go out there and have like this alien-like performance where it shocks us and it scares us and it makes us think that this guy could beat the heavyweight champ if they weren't to put him out cold. Merab can have those performances where it literally looks like nobody on this planet could beat him unless you knock him out. There's a chance Merab goes out there, third, fourth, fifth, he's literally throwing Umar Nurmagomedov out of the cage. Okay? That's possible. We saw that against Jan. We saw that against Cejudo. But every now and then, Merab has one of these O'Malley fights. And it goes to show how good O'Malley is. O'Malley's just really good. But I expected, if you were to tell me that Merab is going to be up on the scorecards going into the third, fourth, and fifth round against O'Malley, and this is the EPO monster. This is the guy that had Petr Yan broken in the second round. If you were to tell me Merab's up on the scorecards as we get into the third, fourth, and fifth, I'm telling you that, man, O'Malley's going to at least exit the cage a couple of times because Merab's just going to toss him out. That's how dominant it's going to be. We didn't see that. We did not see that. I don't know if Merab is always going to have these insane performances. And you got to start to make sense of things. You got to start to put the X's and O's together. Why did he dominate Jan? Because Jan is patient. He's too smart for his own good. Petr Yan is one of these slow starters. First off, he has success in the close quarters boxing range where people can always shoot a takedown, right?
He's flat-footed,
that's going to be spamming takedowns is going to nullify a big part of his striking because it won't give him the opportunity to set things up. But also, Jan is the slow starter. And I had this idea that Jan gets better as the fight goes on, but if you're fighting a guy that never gets tired, that's going to put a pace on you and never allow you to make those adjustments to begin with, never allow you to get settled, Jan is going to lose the first round, the second round, and he'll lose all of them because he'll never get settled. Umar Nurmagomedov has this ignorance is bliss mentality. He's gone from fighting the Beksat Almakans. He's gone from fighting the, dude, this is the problem, bro. I understand why Merab is salty, by the way. Merab is very salty, and for a good reason.
Yeah.
Listen, I understand that Umar beat Corey Sandhagen, number 2 ranked contender. Corey, arguably on the verge of a title shot. You could have just given him a title shot.
Waited. Yeah,
Corey
facts.
Sandhagen, very deserving. Beating a fighter like that is impressive, but let's be honest. Outside of that, we're going to struggle to name
UFC debut Beksat?
2 or 3
who had some success.
Of opponents. What, Raoni Barcelos? Who else? There's a couple of those names I don't even remember. Right? Now Merab can't even get into the PI. I don't know if you guys saw this video. Merab Dvalishvili tried to get into the UFC PI. He was just going there to get some, rehabilitation treatment or something like that.
Yeah, he was going to eat some lunch with his friends.
Go in there and eat at the PI. And he posted this video letting his fans know and his followers know that he couldn't even get in because Umar was there.
That's not good, gang. Like, you're giving Merab more on the table, who's already feel like he's being disrespected. He's blowing shit out of performances. That's what the greats do. The greats take shit that's not even supposed to be that disrespectful. They run with it and they motivate themselves. I think Merab's gonna win this fight, guys.
Umar, Habib, Makhachev, they didn't even let the champ in. That's pretty crazy. So I understand why Merab has a big chip on his shoulder, but I want to get back to this idea that Umar Nurmagomedov has an ignorance is bliss mentality. This guy goes from fighting, PFL style fighter to this guy, old man Raoni Barcelos. He goes straight into the Sandhagen fight and just blows Sandhagen out of the water. Like, please watch the Sandhagen fight back. Rounds 2, 3, 4, 5. And Sandhagen literally just looks like a slow old man compared to Umar Nurmagomedov.
Blows it out of the water, Lucas.
At all. Sandhagen had to resort to only throwing kicks and only throwing body kicks because of how much he was getting pieced up and countered hard with the boxing of Umar Nurmagomedov whenever he would throw a punch. And Sandhagen's known for having some okay boxing. He's known for being fast sometimes, but...
sometimes.
Listen, this guy is going from fighting unranked fighters to Corey Sandhagen, and now he's being given a title shot. He's going into UFC 311 with Islam Makhachev, and Habib is training.
It's a lot on the line.
There's a whole lot of confidence in that gym. And he thinks he's just going to go out there. He's also a little bit in Merab's head. He thinks he's just going to go out there. I mean, this is what the Dagestanis do. They don't have any respect for your style.
I know, bro. It's crazy.
What I mean? Islam has no respect for Oliveira grappling. Arman has no respect for... He's not Dagestani, but Arman has no respect for Oliveira's grappling. I'm talking about the brothers. And sure, Merab is a brother.
The brothers.
Again, there's a chance he throws Umar Nurmagomedov out of the cage a couple of times. I actually would think that's pretty cool to watch because he could have a big brothering performance. He could go in there and let Umar know that, listen, man, like you're a little bro right now. All right, you're not here. You're not.
Wait your turn.
There's another brother on top in this division, but I just have a feeling that Umar's just too, Jan was too smart for his own good. You know what I mean? Jan was too smart for his own good. O'Malley.
So was Corey.
He's got good cardio. He's got very good striking, but he's never going to out-grapple Merab. But Umar Nurmagomedov, this guy has been grappling with Team Habib for his entire life. He just pieced up Corey Sandhagen and made him look
Corey was winning some of these scrambles. And when I say some of these scrambles, he was never like ending up on top or anything, but like Umar's trying to throw on a body triangle. Body triangle, roll, get off me. Let's get back to the feet type of shit like that. And it's like, bro, I'm sure Umar's coming into this fight thinking we're going to strike, we're not going to wrestle. But like, I'm not necessarily confident that Umar will be as strong or win scrambles against Merab. I'm just not as confident in that. Then you look at the Beksat fight, the UFC debut fight that he fought before Corey's. Like, Beksat was like these scrambles. He doesn't look as dominant and as controlling as the other Dagestan fighters in his gym. Like, like when Islam gets you on the ground and when Habib used to get you on the ground.
Extremely slow. With simple, basic combinations. When Corey Sandhagen is this super high level, technical maestro, right? Maybe not warmonger Sandhagen anymore, but still, I mean, piecing him up is pretty impressive with just pure brute speed. He has that same brute mentality of a Merab to just go out there and not give his opponents any respect. He has the long-rangey striking. He will not get pushed up against the fence. And
I don't know about that.
I just don't see it happening. So people were saying like, oh, this is a 50-50 fight. I mean, it's only really a 50-50 fight if Merab shows up with the best cardio he's ever had, or maybe with the cardio that he had against Jan, against Henry Cejudo, but we didn't see that against O'Malley. If he shows up anything, I understand that he was being very patient.
I think Merab was coasting with O'Malley too. Towards the end, I think he was coasting
on the feet with O'Malley.
Not because he was tired, just because like he just felt that he was up.
I get it. I understand that. He probably could have pushed a crazier pace.
Yeah.
It was pretty obvious watching the fight that he didn't want to get tagged by a big punch, and that's, of course, how he was going to ultimately lose to O'Malley, and that's why O'Malley had a lot of pop shots throughout the fight, which actually made it pretty close. Just watch it back. People were going to be upset at me saying it was close. It actually was very close. But Umar is quick.
You got to stop saying that.
He is extremely strong, big for the division, built different just like Merab, has good cardio, has a great team training him. He's faster than Merab. He has the striking range to be able to pick Merab off, similar to O'Malley.
His kicks are going to be huge in this fight. Umar's kicks are going to be huge in this fight.
This guy is not just going to get pushed up against the fence. Maybe Merab wins by outstriking Umar in the later rounds, and Umar's just totally gassed, and Merab gets hurt and he gets dropped. But
yeah, we can't disrespect Merab striking, because we did the same mistake with Bilal and Leon. Okay? First of all, Umar, can't really say Umar has never fought somebody who's going to put the pressure on him like Merab has, because look at Umar's gym. Look who he's training with. He fights those guys every day. But what I'm saying is everything's different under the bright lights, and what I'm trying to say is, who's a better striker, Leon Edwards or Bilal Muhammad? Exactly. So why was Bilal Muhammad able to get in Leon's face, jab him up with that Canelo-like boxing and outstrike him?
Really has to put his chin on the firing line early on in this fight and take damage to really put a crazy pace on Umar. Otherwise, if he fights like a little bit reserved, a little bit controlled, and I think that's probably what we're going to see, because Umar is going to be so much faster than him, and now Umar also has probably a newfound confidence in his striking, knowing what he was able to do against a high level.
I don't know in this video if I'm sounding dismissive of Umar. I think Umar has a great chance to win this fight. I mean, I think it is closer to 50-50. I'm just leaning Merab Dvalishvili. By no means is that a prediction, official prediction, or whatever. That's what I'm feeling right now.
Corey Sandhagen, another long-rangey striker. There's a chance Umar's just going to light him up early. Merab is never going to be able to put that pace on him, and he 50-45s him. Takes every single round. I don't see Merab out-grappling Umar. I think he might be a little bit of a better wrestler, but Umar Nurmagomedov is going to have the defensive wrestling. You know, Sandhagen, by the way, Merab's been saying that Sandhagen's like a total gift. And I don't know if that's true, because Merab's been talking about Sandhagen like he has no wrestling. And I think that may have been somewhat true. When I say no wrestling, maybe Sandhagen had average wrestling for the UFC 4 or 5 years ago. But not now. Sandhagen is a good wrestler. We saw that in the Umar fight where he was getting up to his feet.
That's what I'm saying.
Right? This version of Sandhagen in 2024 is not a freebie because he has no wrestling. Sandhagen has done a lot of work to improve his wrestling. And we talk about the beakers and test tubes.
But he's not Merab Dvalishvili.
One of the things that people actually are able to really improve at when they get caught up with those is the defensive grappling with the specifics training, right? Listen, Sandhagen's a decent wrestler. He's got good entries. We saw how easily he was able to take down Marlon Vera. We saw how easily he was able to take down Rob Font. Couldn't even come close when he was shooting a couple takedowns against Umar Nurmagomedov. Couldn't even come close. Okay? So, you know, this might be a little bit of a bold prediction, but I am going to go with Umar Nurmagomedov 50-45 over Merab.
Is bold.
I'm a little bit worried.
It's going to look like
Merab
a genius
is going
though if
in
that
there,
happens.
and he seems like he's reluctant to fight Umar. He was saying that he wanted to fight O'Malley in Miami, and he wanted to fight Jan in March, and he wanted to fight... Who else was it in April? He wanted to fight someone else in April, Figueiredo in April. But now he's fighting the guy he doesn't really want to fight, who, to be fair, Listen, I know he beat Sandhagen. Sandhagen's a great win, but come on, man. Merab is absolutely right when he says things
it's
along
not
the lines
enough.
of this guy had such an easy path to the title, because it's absolutely true. It just is. Right?
I agree.
Even Sean O'Malley had a trickier path to the title. I mean,
Which
he had
is
to
crazy.
fight Marlon Vera back in the day.
Yeah.
That's not the easiest fight.
Yeah.
He had to fight Pedro Munoz. They didn't just go from Chris Moutinho and Julian Paiva to Jan. They went from those guys to Pedro Munoz to Jan.
Correct.
Umar Nurmagomedov has had a very easy path. And now Merab can't even get into the PI. So on one hand, this could work really well for him, because the last time we saw Merab really fired up, it was against Jan, where Jan pushed him at the weigh-ins and Merab was confronting him during fight week, calling him a bully. And Merab had the best performance of his entire lifetime. So maybe it's going to work for him, and I'm going to be dead wrong, and Merab goes out there and literally throws him out of the cage. Right? Has a terrifying performance.
Yeah, I think he's going to look like a fucking ape or something, bro.
Cardio. Or I think stylistically, again, Umar is
gonna be interesting.
Fast. He's so
He
fast.
is.
Please watch the Sandhagen fight back.
He is.
And watch the O'Malley-Merab fight. You will not be that impressed with Merab's cardio against O'Malley, but fair enough. Maybe it has to do with the long-rangey striking of O'Malley.
Yeah, I
but
don't think
that's
he was
what I'm
pushing
saying.
a
The
huge
long-rangey
pace.
striking of Umar is going to give him nightmares. And watch Umar picking Sandhagen apart effortlessly. He was making him look stupid. Umar Nurmagomedov had Sandhagen looking silly on the feet. You know, it wasn't like he was setting anything up really that well, but it was just his speed. Right?
I
This
just
guy
feel
was
like I could rewatch it again, but I just don't think Corey was letting his hands go, man. He was getting outstruck, and he did stupid is okay. Yeah, I think he looked confused as well, and kind of shocked, like unprepared in a way. Like,
you know,
I don't know, it's weird. Like almost he thought Umar would respect his striking so much that Umar would just wrestle and want to wrestle. And he was so much prepared for the wrestling, it's like he didn't prepare for the striking. It's like
these combos, pure
dropped the
speed.
ball.
Again, we need to remember that Merab's A game is his cardio, and outside of that, you know, he's got okay wrestling, he's got good wrestling, but you know, skill-wise, he's not the most technical fighter. He's just got a really good physical game. Whereas Umar, I really do think he is one of the most underrated fighters. Amazing striking, insane speed, big for the division, has good cardio as well. Didn't miss a beat in the later rounds against Sandhagen. Cardio is no issue for this guy. Defensive wrestling is going to be there. I know that in some way we're kind of just assuming that, but man, I really do not see anyone with the Nurmagomedov last name who's, again, we're not talking about the Abu Bakars. We're talking about Makhachev, Umar, these guys. They're not going to get held up against the cage. It's just not fucking happening. Umar's faster. He's a better striker. He's big. He's got good cardio. Maybe Merab can win, but I honestly think if Umar has a good start in this fight, he's going to maintain the lead, and it's going to be smooth sailing. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Watch the O'Malley-Merab fight back. Very close. Watch the Umar Nurmagomedov and Sandhagen fight back. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about when I say the speed. And I'm looking forward to this fight. This is an amazing fight. We rarely see a brother-brother matchup, but we're getting two of them. We're getting two of them on UFC
the
311.
same night.
I'm still not 100% sure of who I'm picking between Arman and Makhachev. I think Arman's got a pretty good chance. I think Arman's got a real good chance. So, you know, I'll probably make a video on that soon, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Until next time.
Thanks for watching this. Share this to somebody. They'll enjoy it just like you did. Like, comment, subscribe. Help out that algorithm. Let me know, man. Who's winning this fight? Is Umar gonna school Merab Dvalishvili? Let me know. You ain't gotta go home. Just gotta get up out of here, man. Yay.